Hi, and welcome to Catrin Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have another comic review for you guys. So, Loki issue 1 dropped today on New Comic Book Day, aka the day of all days. But as you know, I am a Loki fan. I loved Vote Loki as it was coming out. Loki as our Sorcerer Supreme was amazing. I was thoroughly enjoying as Guardians of the Galaxy. And now we have Loki. So I believe this is another mini-series. Pretty sure it's not a maxi series. But we shall see. We shall see what we have in store for the Trickster. So of course, in this, we've got a little, retelling, hey, this is what Loki's been up to for the last however so many years in the comics. As you can see, all the different little things. Good for Loki. Loki, of course, is now king of his own throne of Jotunheim. Yeah, I know, I'm probably butchering that, but I'm not the great at pronunciation, so... Anywho, of course, Thor is sitting on the throne of Asgard, and Loki is supposed to be sitting on the throne of Jotunheim. But as you can see here, he left a fun little sticky note that says, "Be right back." So, where is the king of Jotunheim, the trickster god, the king of the frost giants? Where is he possibly? Well, that's actually the question that a lot of his subjects are asking right here, as you can see. And they're pretty mad that their king's not hanging out there to fix all their problems. So where is our favorite trickster, one might ask? Well, he's in an underground casino, talking up this girl. I mean, he's got some important stuff going on here. Of course, I do love the fact that he shoots a little, "You could devour me anytime," to that hot date of his. Yeah, that's right, he's chatting up a lady while he's winning currently. So, of course, the house doesn't like losing, so they call in a couple supervillains in order to get Loki to leave. But Loki, he doesn't know when to quit while he's ahead, which is basically what he tells the guys when he's macing them with Chanel No. 5. Yeah, that's right, he reaches into his date's purse, steals her perfume, and maces this guy straight in the face. That's amazing. I've never actually maced a guy with my perfume before. Definitely an idea. It would probably be a little bit more handy than my maces, but you know, maybe. All right, so back to what is currently going on with Thor. He is hanging out naked in bed. Because apparently that's what we need in a Loki comic. We need some naked Thor. So he does get a vision of an older Thor reaching out for help reaching out for help to Thor to help Loki, stating that there's stuff going on. And at first, he thinks this is supposed to be Odin. And he's like, wait a minute. He's like, if you're supposed to be Thor, Loki, this is not your best work. You came with too many eyes. So, of course, we did get a pretty great shot, which, a little zoom-in action right there. Thor just wearing a sheet. Because that needed to happen. You know what? We really need to sell some books. So, Naked Thor. Hashtag it right now. Naked Thor in the comments. So, back to what is currently happening. Of course, others are starting to realize that Loki's not where he's supposed to be. He's not sitting on his throne. And they decide, well, we're going to go take that throne for ourselves. So, NYPD's 15th precinct in Manhattan, Thor walks in to bail his brother out. Yeah, that's right. He is there to bail Loki out of jail. This happens in this comic. And these two cops are actually arguing whether or not it's really him. And one of the cops is like, well, how do you know it's really him? Because last week there was some guy that covered himself in spaghetti and said he was Carnage. I'm just saying, that still might have been Carnage. Just it's possible. Anywho, he does get his brother out, and he's trying to give him a heart-to-heart on what he should be doing currently, which is sitting on his throne. But Loki's like, hey, I tried having one night off. And that's when we find out that the most trusted subject that we saw earlier, yeah, I didn't really reference this guy because he's not too terribly important. But Loki's kind of mad that he helped Thor find him. So Loki's forced back to his throne, and he has to deal with the dispute that is currently going on with his citizens. And we find out that they're disputing over an axe. Over whether or not this guy stole this woman's axe. That is correct. So instead, you know, we do get that whole, like, reference to the two mothers and the child. Well, it's two warriors and an axe. So very similar fashion, he decides, why not split the axe in half, and then you two can squabble over which half you get. There you go. But, of course, Thor's like, hey, you need to take being a ruler seriously, Loki. This is a serious thing. And he's like, oh, okay, I got this. So he pulls out a handful of magical stones that were, what exactly did he say? They were in... They're deadly serious. They were endowed with the goddess of fate's powers. Yeah. So apparently these stones are some pretty crazy things. Loki doesn't quite remember where he got them, but you know, they're in his bag of magic tricks. So they're gonna be fun. And he's saying, calm down, Thor, calm down. In the list of magical stones, these don't even rank top 6. You know, really fun Infinity reference right there. But I'm kind of in love with this issue with what Loki does with these stones. And this is such a Loki move. But he creates Frosty the snowman and brings him to life. He literally calls this snow and ice monster that he's built with these stones and these large sticks, he names him Frosty. I mean, yeah, there's the little, like, symbols over the O, but he is literally Frosty. And he tells him, hey, I'm your creator. I'm the king of this kingdom. I am the one who brought you to life. Your whole purpose is to protect this throne and to protect my kingdom. And Frosty tells him that he will fight to the death for his king and his kingdom. Of course, that's when Nightmare shows up. That's the weird guy with the weird hair we saw earlier. And, you know, shameless plug for House of X, #1 that's coming out next week. But he's there in order to try to steal Loki's throne. Loki's not exactly having it. Of course, I do love the fact that Loki's making fun of the way his brother fights. Like, almost like Thor thinks that he's going to cause more damage if he's louder. Kind of funny. But, Nightmare thinks he actually has this fight won. But it's Frosty that saves the day. So, Frosty, the snow monster, eats all the bad guys. Eats them all. Huge snow monster. He's going to utilize the stones in order to digest and excrete the creature back to his home dimension. That is literally what he says. He did it all for his king and for his kingdom. That's kind of amazing. So Thor's still trying to get Loki to take this seriously, and you know, Loki and Thor, they do go off to the great library of kings and gods, and that's when they find it, the books of Loki. And Thor hands him the book and asks Loki if he would be interested in knowing how they end. So Loki, of course, flips through the book and states, now they have his attention. So, of course, in the future, we do get a little sneak peek as to what is going to be happening with a number of these Asgardian books that are coming out. I know Thor is currently going out. We've got Jane Foster, Valkyrie, and then we've got Punisher, Kill Crew coming out as well. So, kind of disappointed that we're not getting an Angela title right now, or if we are, I haven't heard an announcement or seen anything. I would love to see her show up in this because, you know, I think the two of them together in a book is hilarious. But, you know, we shall see. I have to tell you, I thoroughly enjoy the fact that Loki has his own solo again. He is always a character that I'm interested to see where he's going. He had a number of really great variants for this issue. The 1 in 25 and the 1 in 50 are definitely really, really gorgeous. But the main cover for this as well is really awesome. But throughout, I loved the art. I love all the funny little quips. The fact that he brought Frosty the Snowman to Marvel Comics is kind of amazing. Of course, the sticky note saying that he's going to be right back. Definitely, definitely a Loki move. And throughout, just a really fun comic. So yeah, that is it for this episode of Cat Run Figures. Please do give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me whether or not you picked up Loki issue 1 and whether or not you were like me and enjoyed it. I loved it throughout. I can't wait to see where this goes moving forward. So please do subscribe to my channel for more comic book content or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. I am also currently doing reviews for the Black Cat and the Invisible Woman series right now. Honestly, this is a good turn for Marvel. Some of the characters that they're giving solo series to are definitely ones that are raising my interest. I have been steered away from Marvel here recently, especially with a lot of their bigger events and some of their teams that they've been creating and some of the books that they've been getting rid of. But yeah, if they keep pushing out stuff like this and Black Cat, Marvel will keep getting my money. Gotta tell you. Thoroughly enjoyed Loki. I cannot suggest that you go to your comic shop right now and pick it up enough because I had so much fun reading this book. Yeah, that's right. There's my entire Comic Core family is going to be super surprised when they see that once again I've picked up and reviewed another Marvel book on my channel. But yes, if they keep pushing out more like this, I will keep buying Marvel books. But yeah, that is it for this episode. Please do all of the above that I just mentioned. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.